Hi, today I'm going to be testing out the craziest, most extreme coloring books to ever exist. In this video, you're gonna see a coloring book that's over 100 years old. You're gonna see one that's so tiny, I don't even know how I'm gonna color it. And you're also gonna see the most expensive coloring book in the world. I have been waiting forever to make this video. I'm super excited, so let's get into it. Okay. First one. This first coloring book, I swear, has gone absolutely viral. I can't get on TikTok, I can't get on YouTube, I can't get on YouTube Shorts without seeing this product. And this, my friends, is the reverse coloring book. It's a coloring book where the pages are already colored in and you are supposed to put the lines in and you make something based off of the shapes. So let's open it up and see. Already I'm getting some flower vibes. This one I'm getting a tree vibe. Wow, this is so cool. I've never actually seen one in person before.
I mean, there's so many options in here. I don't know which one to pick.
I really like how this coloring book has images for beginners where the image is pretty much done. You just need to add in the lines, and images for advanced artists where the images are way more loose and up for interpretation. Okay, so I think I figured out the one that I want to do. I really like this sunflower inspired one. I think it looks really, really pretty. So let me go get my fine liners and we'll see just how hard reverse coloring really is. Okay, so here it is, my reverse coloring page of sunflowers. And I gotta say that this was very interesting to do because it's basically like reverse engineering drawing, if that makes sense. I think this book could be very helpful if you're learning how to draw, or maybe you just wanna like up your creative juices, you know? And even though this only took me about 30 minutes to do, it looks like an entire finished artwork. I like this. This was really fun to do. Now on to the next. For this next outrageous coloring book, if you are the type of person who loves to color to relax and unwind after a long day, and coloring is a way to de-stress, let it all go and relax, this is not for you. Because this coloring book actually does the exact opposite. This, my friends, is the extreme coloring book called Doodle Chaos. This coloring book is designed to induce stress. And if you look inside this coloring book, you can see just how much chaos and detail went into making this coloring book. And I imagine this is going to be really tough to do and very time consuming because every single drawing has details within details within details inside of this. Look at this page. This is insane. Honestly, I have no idea who would leisurely do this, but I'm willing to try it. And by the way, before I forget, if you're interested in any of these coloring books, I'll go ahead and leave the links to everything in the description box down below. I honestly don't know which one to do because they're just so insanely complex. I know I'm gonna be here for at least 2 to 3 hours, you know? I found the one that I'm gonna do. It'll be this owl one right here. As you can see, it's very complex, all the little details inside of this. I'm gonna put a timer on and we'll see just how long it takes for me to do this. So it's the next day, and to be quite honest with you, this book was genuinely traumatizing. And it's kind of funny because if you look back at the footage, you can tell by my face that I am just done. I never want to see this book ever again in my life. I had to be so careful drawing in this book that it actually gave me a blister on my finger. And the worst part about this book is that the images are so fine, I couldn't get anything small enough to fit into the details. So when I was doing this, I was having to constantly sharpen my pencil.
Which got old very quickly.
But besides those two things, here is what the final coloring page looks like. I am very happy with it, and I'm honestly proud of it. All the stamina that went into making this. 100%, I can say that this for sure is the hardest coloring book I have ever came across. All right, this very next coloring book actually claims to be the world's smallest coloring book. And this comes from the brand World's Smallest. And at first glance, whenever you open it, yes, it is very, very tiny. As you can see, compared to the size of my giant head, this is actually not the smallest coloring book you're gonna see in this video. This right here, my friends, is the actual smallest, tiniest coloring book that I could find. I got this from Etsy, which I will also link in the description box down below, but this book is so small, like it's kind of having trouble showing up on camera. Just like the other coloring book, this one is also an actual real working coloring book. It actually has quite the amount of pages inside of it. And since I'm gonna be testing out this
microscopic coloring book,
I feel like regular art supplies are just not gonna cut it. So I also bought these super teeny tiny actual working crayons. Look how cute though. It's so small. My heart. Ah! This is genuinely like one of the best days of my life. The detail that went inside of these microscopic crayons is insane. I don't even know how they got the paper wrapped around and glued onto the crayon. I love these so much. These are so iconic. So let's test them out. I'm so scared of these breaking right now. One wrong move and it's all over. So this is actually working way better than I thought. It works literally just like a crayon because it is a crayon. You know what I should have used these microscopic crayons on? The Doodle Chaos coloring book. This is the only art supply I have that would be small enough to fit into those tiny, traumatizing, nightmare-inducing little cracks. Okay, boom, there it is. The microscopic completed drawing. 10 out of 10. This was so iconic. Now for this video, I obviously could not talk about the most extreme, crazy coloring books in the world without having the most expensive coloring book to ever exist. In 2010, the high fashion luxury brand Hermes released the coloring book Le Faux Monde, and it cost the whopping price of $130. But of course, with like all luxury items, this no longer exists. It's now considered a collector's item. So I paid almost double that, $227 for a coloring book. Are rich people okay? Like, oh, fancy. So you know this is fancy because it comes in like a gigantic plastic box. It has like a broken piece of cardboard shoved in it. Wow, it's actually giant. Why is this so big? Look at this. So, here it is. I don't know, for some reason, I thought it would be a little bit more like fancy and upscale and more shocking, but this is literally just a book. Let's check out this book and see what's inside. The very first thing that I'm noticing is that the paper is super thick on this. Like, this is very good quality paper, which it better be for $200. I think the illustrations are really cool, but for like $130, which this was originally sold for, I feel like the illustrations could be a little bit more. For example, on this page, it's literally just a couple of doodles. And on top of that, there's only 12 pages in the entire coloring book. I feel like it's giving free coloring book that you got at the local fair promoting dairies. I think if they wanted to make this even more fancier, instead of just having it folded in half and bound by a string, I think if they would have put this in a hardcover book, I think it would have slayed. And to be honest with you, I don't think I'm gonna draw in this one because it is a collector's item and I don't want to mess it up. Out of all the luxury items I've ever tried on my channel, this one is definitely by far the most, I guess, plain Jane of them all. But it's still cool to say that I have the most expensive coloring book in the world. This next coloring book, I do not think that I will be able to finish it in this video, or this month, or this year, or this decade. Because this, my friends, is the largest coloring book that you can buy. It's 60 inches by 42, and I don't even know if it's gonna fit on screen. Let me go see. Oh. Yeah, nope, does not fit on screen. Maybe if I move it back a little bit. Yeah, no, still not fitting. This is so big. I can't even open it correctly. So here it is. There is no way on God's green earth that I'm gonna be able to complete this entire thing by myself in one day. So I've enlisted some help. I'm gonna time us and we're gonna see just how long it takes for me to do this big boy. 4 hours. That's how long it took for 2 adults to color this entire thing.
4 hours.
And even though this took 4 full hours to do, surprisingly, this was the least traumatizing one in this video. And I could totally see the appeal for this, like a kid's party, date night, entertainment with friends. I mean, the possibilities are endless. I have fun. Oh, okay. Anyway, on to the next one. And this brings us to the very last one. As always, I saved the best for last. For this video, I got a coloring book that's over 100 years old. Oh my gosh, here it is. This is absolutely crazy. So this coloring book is actually from the year 1914. And it's so old that the word coloring book didn't even exist yet. They had to call them painting books. The pages are so old that they've turned dark brown on the edges. Old coloring books like this, they actually come with 2 different images that are identical side by side. And the reason for that is because you're supposed to copy the colored image onto the non-colored image so you can know what color to fill it in. And see this blank page right here? With a pencil, you were supposed to copy the image of what you saw, which I'm not gonna lie, a little kid trying to copy this image is very advanced for a child. And by the way, this is surprisingly like a lot of pages for a book from 1914. Oh, that is so scary. That literally is like nightmare fuel right there. Oh my gosh. And not to mention, a lot of this artwork is just so detailed. Like the original artist who did this had such an insane talent. And because this is literally a
once-in-a-lifetime opportunity,
I can't buy this again. It will never be made again. I obviously am not going to be testing it out because I don't want to ruin it. I want to preserve it for as long as possible. Well guys, there you go. That was the most crazy and extreme coloring books that I could find. I had a lot of fun making this. Well, mostly. Some of it was genuinely traumatizing, and I hope you enjoyed it too. If you're interested in any of these products, I'll leave the link to everything in the description box down below. And yeah, with that being said guys, I hope you have a good day, happy drawing, and I will see you guys next video. Bye.